you don't have to spend big money to have a functional, nice, clean workspace. And I'm going to show you mine and how I did it. It's not perfect. It's always a work in progress, but it's my little space. We'll start going through. Should be pretty fast because I don't have a big office. Japanese houses are pretty small. I'm just using the spare bedroom. We'll start out with my desk. It's a flexi spot, standing desk. I didn't think I would actually like the standing desk or use it much. I actually use it a lot. So right through my door, kind of where the camera's sitting, so obviously you can't see it, is the bathroom door. So sometimes Aaron will be in there taking a bath and I'll do the standing, and then I can do some homework or I can work on something else, some coding or other projects I got. One thing I would mention, if you have a standing desk, I don't wear shoes in the house. It's a Japanese house, but even so. But this little mat right here, just a foam mat, it's pretty cheap, makes it so nice. I got my computer over here on the right, my 3D printer over here on the left. That's what I do, a lot of 3D printing. Kind of keep the desk clean by using this pegboard. It's the IKEA style, and I 3D printed that, and then I 3D printed the mounts that go along with it. So I keep my VR, my controller, headset, Steam Deck up there, stuff like that. My computer, simple, but works pretty well. It's a 7800X3D with a MSI RTX 3090. I have 4 terabytes of storage in there, and then my OS, Windows 11, is on a 1 terabyte drive. I'm using the Alex drawers, and then I'll pop the camera off here in just a second, kind of bring it closer, show you guys. I 3D printed some organizer stuff. I still have my TV over here on the ground. I don't want to mount it on the wall, but I'm thinking about getting a clean shelf that goes up over there. I got the same thing over here, and then the cabinet is my networking cabinet. So I'll show you guys that. This is I don't know if you guys can see it on the floor over here. This is a 3D print project I was working on. Aaron broke it, so I have to try to find a way to fix it, but it's Shadow from Sonic. He loves Sonic, he loves Shadow. This took a total of 64 hours to print, so yeah, I got it together and then he immediately broke the head off, so I have to find a way to reattach it, make it stay. I don't really have a home right now for my NAS. You guys can kind of see it over here. My NAS just kind of sits on the ground. I've got a couple hard drives in there that run some stuff for the house. It runs my media stack, all the stuff like that. I'll probably do a video if you guys want to see it, what I self-host and what I plan on self-hosting. The lamp is just kind of extra for right now. That's the lamp I sometimes put in the kitchen so I have some backlighting behind me. Yeah, the Edifier speakers. I'm using the Quadcast mic, and then I've got the Elgato key light up here. I use that in the kitchen sometimes, or I should say the dining room when I'm filming videos. I don't really stream, but I just got the Stream Deck recently. That's kind of why the cables are out of whack right now. I just got some basic stuff set up for it. One thing, I do have it integrated with my Home Assistant, so my smart lights. So if I push and hold it, my overhead lights come on. I can toggle them back off. I have a lamp over here. When I spin around and I show you guys, you'll be able to see that. Aaron will sometimes come in here. I'll let him play some games. Let's take a look at some of my 3D printed stuff and my miniature server rack. As I was saying, this is my little miniature server rack down here. So I have a 10-inch server rack, and what it does is it hosts everything. So I 3D printed some covers. So this is my mini PC. So it runs Proxmox on bare metal, and then I run Home Assistant inside of a VM. So it's Home Assistant OS, that's what runs all my lights and everything. And then I'm running scripted for some of my cameras. And then I've got some hubs down here for some other Home Assistant stuff. I've got my router, or I should say my switch, I'm sorry. Then I have the switch panel up here. It's a 12-port switch panel. I have a Zigbee adapter in there somewhere. And then behind it, I made a kind of a power strip for power distribution. And then it sits inside here. So right here, I've got a temperature sensor that's connected to Home Assistant. And then in the back, I actually cut out a hole, so a good size hole, and I run a Noctua fan in there. kind of suck some of the hot air out. I can monitor the temperature. The temperature usually in the summertime stays between 78 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's not too bad. And then in the wintertime, it'll go a little lower. I get notifications if it starts getting too hot. If I'm doing a whole lot, sometimes I'll just pop this door open, let the air vent out. I got some extra keyboard and mice up there. Up here right now, it's kind of a mess, but I got my GoPro stuff. So all my GoPros, that I 3D printed some cases or some holders for them. And then this is some of my 3D printing stuff. You know, the picks and whatnot, and then tweezers, tape measures, some micrometers so I can measure stuff out. I'm using the Bamboo Lab A1 with the AMS up top. And then I 3D printed the camera mount, and I changed the firmware on the camera. Gosh, what is this one? I don't even remember. It's one of the cheap cameras that I don't like, but it's got different firmware, so I use that now instead. Moving over to the other side of the office, or the corner I should say. This is kind of like my relaxation corner. So here I have the picture. It's the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It's always been one of my favorites, but it's a picture, but these are also acoustic panels, so they kind of help with the sound in here so it doesn't sound so dead. I'm not really sure what this is called. I call it my adult beanbag chair because it's technically a beanbag chair, but it's shaped like a chair. So it kind of actually gives you a little bit of support. Then my little table, that's a plant my wife gave me. It's part of her plant. So I'll come over here sometimes and you can kind of relax, and I'll do my reading or whatever I have for school. Or sometimes I'll just surf social media while I let Aaron play some Minecraft. Other times I'll use my iPad. I'll just kind of sit here, play Minecraft on my iPad, and let Aaron use the computer with the Xbox controller for Minecraft. He likes that. I just recently started using a whiteboard. As you can see, this is why I'm kind of busy. I got these are all my homework and assignments due for my college courses the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so I got a whole list of things to do for that. I actually just ordered a big whiteboard, and it'll go on the blank wall over there, so it'll be, you know, yay big. And I'm gonna split it so it'll have my college courses and some builds I'm doing like that, so I can kind of list out what I have, what I don't have, plan out the builds a little better. Yeah, so that's really it. The closet, I'm not going to show you guys inside there because it's a mess. Got the little rug for a little feng shui going on, and that's really pretty much it for that. So I 3D printed all these little holders over here. These hold all my cables, and then I have the USB down here. I have Mrs. Tired Dad behind the camera. She's going to zoom in for me. She's doing a great job. Yeah, so then and I 3D printed some more stuff up here to kind of hold everything. I haven't quite finished. You can see that's kind of just a mess. So I have a next build coming up that's going to be super great. It's going to even be spec-wise and looks-wise probably my main PC, so make sure you check back in and check that out.